Two breaking stories just shook things up in Cleveland. One of the most talked about names in football is now facing an unexpected twist, and the reaction from a veteran NFL player caught everyone off guard. To make things even more intense, a superstar from another team jumped into the conversation and stirred the pot even more. Browns fans don't know whether to feel hopeful or concerned about what's coming next. If you're a true fan, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any updates. Let's get into it. Man, things are getting real rocky in Cleveland for Shedeur Sanders. The dude went from one of the most hyped names in college football to buried at the bottom of the Browns' depth chart faster than you can say prime time. And now, Cam Newton's chiming in with a little tough love, and let's just say, he's not sugarcoating a thing. On his Fourth and One podcast, Cam broke it down straight. He's not buying into all the NFL is out to get Shedeur conspiracy talk, but he's definitely seeing some habits that aren't helping the kid's case. Top of the list, Cam says Shedeur doesn't step up in the pocket, a fundamental issue for any quarterback trying to survive behind a shaky offensive line. And that's the thing. Shedeur isn't used to having a line that can't hold the fort. At Colorado, he had time. In the NFL preseason, not so much. Still, Cam made sure to balance the critique. He gave Shedeur a bit of a pass for his last preseason outing, saying Cleveland's second-string O-line basically left him out to dry. But here's where Newton really dug in. It wasn't just about sacks or missed throws. It was Shedeur's body language. According to Cam, the young QB looked frustrated, defeated, and just kinda over it on the sidelines. He had bad body language, like he already knew what was up, Newton said. And for a league that's quick to slap the diva label on anyone not smiling through adversity, that's not a good look. Now the whispers are turning into full-on narratives. Is Shedeur just another flashy name with no grit? A guy who crumbles when the lights get hot? From coaches to media folks, not many in the NFL world seem to be in his corner right now. And every shrug, eye roll, or slouched walk to the bench just fuels the fire. Here's the wild part. Despite being QB3 on the depth chart, Shedeur might not be totally out of the picture. Joe Flacco's the starter. Yeah, he's still kicking. And Dillon Gabriel, the guy ahead of Shedeur, has already shown he's no stranger to getting banged up. So if the Browns season starts spiraling, we could absolutely see some serious put Shedeur in chants bubbling up from the fan base and sports talk shows alike. And just when things were already heating up, a brand new comment dropped, and it's causing a major stir. Travis Kelce just tossed a little fuel on the Browns' quarterback fire, and he's not being shy about who he wants to see under center, Shedeur Sanders. Yep, the Kansas City Chiefs tight end and Cleveland native is putting his fandom on full blast, basically begging the Browns to let the rookie cook. Despite never suiting up in orange and brown, Kelce's always had a soft spot for his hometown squad. And now, with the Browns rolling into the season with Joe Flacco as the starter and both Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel riding the pine, Kelce thinks it's time for a change. On the New Heights podcast, he called on head coach Kevin Stefanski to give Sanders the keys to the offense. His reasoning? The kid's a spark plug. Give the people what they want, Kelce said. The world wants to see him go out there and not only play but succeed. He didn't totally throw shade at Flacco or Gabriel, saying they're both capable. But there's no hiding the fact that Shedeur brings serious juice, not just as a player but as a brand. He's got that it factor. He puts butts in seats, eyes on screens, and jerseys on backs. Just ask the TV execs. Sanders' preseason debut pulled in 2.2 million viewers. That Browns-Panthers game? The most watched preseason matchup in a decade. That's not a fluke. That's star power. And Kelce's not the only one banging this drum. Cleveland sports radio vet Tony Rizzo is borderline losing his mind over the whole thing. Rizzo's been waving the Shedeur flag since draft night, and Stefanski pushing him to QB3 has him fired up. On ESPN Cleveland, Rizzo went off. If you're not going to give Shedeur a chance, then let him go. He questioned if the Browns were keeping him around just for media hype and merch sales. And honestly, it's a fair question. Still, there's some football logic to the decision. After a strong start, Shedeur had to sit out the second preseason game with a health concern. That opened the door for Gabriel, and the guy delivered. He wasn't flashy, but he was clean. Gabriel went 13 of 18 against the defending champs, then backed it up with another tidy outing in Game 3. No turnovers. Solid play. When Shedeur finally returned in the last preseason game, he just didn't look right. The Browns' second-string O-line was basically papier-mâché, and the kid never found a rhythm. Stefanski even pulled him with 2 minutes left. Tough look. But let's not forget what this dude did in college. He dragged Colorado to the Alamo Bowl and led the entire FBS in pass completion at 74%. That arm? Legit. That resume? Way too good to collect dust on the bench all year. There's smoke, there's pressure, and fans can feel something big is about to go down. Whether the coach will give in or not, no one knows, but the clock's ticking. Subscribe to stay on top of everything.